Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and I made a super cute card that I want to share with you guys. At least I think it's super cute. The only thing that I think I should have done is made this a little thicker so that it's easier to push in and then, without it bending because it wants to bend. So having learned a little lesson and a little bit more about this card, I wanted to make one with you. So I'm going to go through it from start to finish, and I may fast forward some of it. I know that some of you like that, some of you don't like it. I can't please everybody, so I'm just going to do what feels right for me. So what you're going to need for this card, or for this kind of a card, is I am using this, I think they call it a slider kit or slider pull tab, and this is from Waffle Flower, and I'll show you what we need, but you only need one of these and one of these, but this is the little mechanism that makes it slide, and this is the pull tab. So I'm going to actually cut this one out a couple or 3 times just so that I can stack them on top of each other and make it easier to pull, make it like thicker. Or you could use cardstock or something like that, if you like heavier cardstock or cardboard if you wanted to. That's not the word I'm looking for. I don't remember what the real heavy cardstock is called. What's that called? Chipboard. And I think I'm going to use, I might use this small one on this one because I have a different idea. I'm not going to do the same card. I am going to do a different card using this stamp set by Mama Elephant. It's Hogs and Kisses. And I am going to use this little pig and have him floating on the balloon and make the balloon, make him float up in the air. So I'm going to kind of do it the same way that I did the other one with the same kind of a background, but I'm going to do it just a little differently. So I'm going to go ahead, let me go ahead and get my stamping done so that I can color him and get him going. And I'm just going to stamp him oh, here it is, in black ink on white cardstock. I'm just going to use this one because I was going to cut it off because this is what I used for something else, but I'm just going to leave it. And I want this cute piggy that is floating or flying, or oh, that's cute already. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Let me think for a second. If I put him on here and put okay, I'm really thinking on this. I'm thinking that I'm going to make the line go on this, and then I'll put 2 little hooks, one here for the pig and one here for the balloon, and I'll draw the line on here too when the balloon gets there, so I can draw the line from the balloon to the pig, but it'll make it look like he's floating. I hope that will work. So I'm not going to, because I'm going to cut this out. I don't have the die. I almost wish I did. And then I need this guy. This is the little, that's so cute. That's what makes it look like he's tied to the balloon. And then I want the balloon, but I think I just want the balloon part. So I'm just going to put it this way just to save some paper, and I'm just going to cut out that balloon part. I was even thinking maybe I'll do more than one balloon, but I'm not going to get overzealous. I'm just going to do it with one balloon right now, just to make sure I got this. We got this, right? It's just a card. This has some cute sayings too. I might use one of those, but I'm not going to do that till the end because I just want to go ahead and get this going. I need to get out my alcohol markers, and you can color it however you want, or you can use an image that's already colored. I know I want some pinks, and this actually might be the only, I have 2 of these bags, but I might not, I see a lot of pinks in here, but oh, there's a lot of pinks in this one too, so who knows. And these happen to be fine color markers. I got them, I think, off of Etsy, and they were way less expensive than Copics, but they aren't, I mean, I think I did a review, a different, telling you guys what different ones are or what the difference is between some of them, but I'm not quite sure if these were included or not. Actually, it's been a while. Maybe I need to do another video about the different alcohol markers I have and the pros and cons of them. I'm just trying to find another pink that I can use because it's nice to do in 3s. And I know I want those too, so let me do those again. That one. That one. And then is this one a good one? Might be. Let me see here. Oh, it's too dark. Okay, I'm going to go with this one because I think this is, in my head, this is the lightest one. So I'm going to color the whole Piggly Wiggly in this color. And people are going to have different ways of doing it. This is the way that I do the alcohol markers. I do not claim to be any sort of artist or a pro at any of this. This is just something that I like to do, and I have been practicing a little bit so I can get a little better at it. But I enjoy coloring, and this is what I like to do. So I like to make it saturated with the lightest color, and if the picture, the stamp is saturated, or if the image is saturated, it's going to be a lot easier to blend, and it is very nice when you can blend them. And that's one of the wonderful things about alcohol markers, is the blendability. So now I'm just going to go in on all sides of this cute little piggy, and you kind of flick it. And then you take the darkest one, and you just go where all of the shadow would be. And I am clueless when it comes to this. I just kind of do what I think feels like it's right, but I really don't know if I'm doing it right or not. So I'm not even going to teach you guys what I do. I'm just kind of, I try to stick, well, I will teach you what I do, but I don't know if it's right. I try to stick to one side, and so I like pick left or right, and then I pick up or down. And then so whatever I pick, that's where I make it the darkest. So like I go top and bottom, or top to, I'm doing the right side of him, of the line. So I'm doing the high and the right. So I'm not going to do it there, but I'm going to do it here, and I'm going to do it here and here. So I don't know if it's right or not, but that's kind of what I do. And then I think this is the lightest one again. Yes. Then I'm going to go over it all again with the lightest color. This really helps. You don't want to see a line in your blending, and it actually blended pretty well just like that, but it's nice to blend it And then I even like to use this big one, which I didn't think I ever did, but I do. I like to get it in there, and it seems to make it so that there's a lot less noise. I'm just going in on his snout and his ear. And then I'm going to take a grayish color. Yeah, this is good. And I'm just going to flick his, like for hooves. And I'm also going to do the inside of his ear just a little bit, because that would be a lot darker. And also his snout. Just underneath it, like if you were looking at yourself in the mirror, maybe you'd see a little bit of like shadow underneath your nose or next to your nose or something, because it sticks out a little more than the rest. So I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm just doing his little feet. I think he's pretty cute. And I like images like this because there's not a lot, you know, you don't have to do a ton. And then I'm going to pick just a color that I like for his balloon. And I like this color. So I am just going to go in. I'm actually going to use the big end. I'm just trying to make it like a balloon would look. And then I'm going to go over it again with this one. And then I might even take a darker one. I thought I saw one. Oh, here. And you can see that the line is getting kind of hairy on the edges of the balloon and of the pig. And I don't know, I didn't think that this archival ink was supposed to do that, but sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Maybe I didn't let it dry long enough. I don't know exactly, it's weird. Like this was done with the same ink. It's not blurring like that. I don't know. I try not to worry too much about it because I'm going to cut it out, so it won't be as noticeable. And then you can even go around it again with another marker just to make sure that, you know, all the line is good. So let me go ahead and cut these out, and hopefully this won't take too long and I can just show it, because they're small images and they're, I think, going to be fairly easy to cut out. So when you are cutting out, make sure you hold the scissors in your dominant hand and then rotate the paper with your less dominant hand. And this will definitely make cutting a lot easier and a lot smoother, and there won't be as many like jagged edges or any of that. Now when you get to like his tail, this is never a clear thing as to how to do it, especially since I'm cutting to the line. So I'm just cutting it as close to the tail as I can. I don't want to cut his tail off, although if I were just putting him down on a paper I probably would, and I would just then add a tail. I just hand draw a tail, but because he's going to be moving up and down, I wouldn't want his tail to remain stationary while he moves, so I'm just going to cut it out with him. I'm just cutting them out, cutting them out, cutting them out. Trying to stay on the line or close to it. And then I'm just going to do the same with the balloon, but I am just cutting out the balloon part and the little air stem thing, the knot. I'm not going to cut the balloon string. Okay, and then I'm going to take a handy dandy marker. And I'm going to go around the edge. I went out a little too far on that one, but just because you cut it out, you know, in some areas you get the line a little thicker than other areas when you're cutting it out by hand, or even if you're cutting it out with a machine, you sometimes do. So this just kind of helps make it look a little nicer. If you want to skip this part, by all means. It's not, you know, a critical part of the card for sure. Okay, so once you have that to your liking, I am also going to take my multi-liner and I'm going to go back in and go over the lines to like his snout and his eyes and even this line and even the string, just to make it look a little crisper. And I'm going to do the same thing on the balloon. Just there. Okay, so there are my colored images. I might also do a cloud or something. I'm not sure yet, but I am going to do a cloud in the sky. So let me get a piece of white cardstock. Do I have one? I do. I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to cut it 1/4 of an inch off. So I'm going to go 5 by, oh, 5. Is that right? Oh, I guess I'm going to cut it 5 by 4 by 3 3/4. Give this card a little bit of a border, I suppose. That's what I'm going to do. So when this fits onto an A2 sized card, and let me just get an A2 sized card base. I might just use one that I have because I purchased some. What did I do with all those? I know I got some really cute ones. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. This isn't the one that I was looking for. I just bought some cards. I don't know what I did with them. Let me just make sure that this fits on top evenly. And it does, so we're good. Okay, so I'm going to do this first with the cloud. And so to do my cloud, I used some of these clouds from Mama Elephant and a scrap piece of paper. And I used this Distress Oxide Broken China color. And this one will be going up and down, so I'm going to put my card this way. So the first thing I think I'm going to do, this might be something that I did differently from this card to the other card, so I'm just going to put a thin or a soft layer of this blue for the sky all over the base of this card. Kind of looks cloud-like there, but, and you know what, I think I'm going to use one of these. And I'm just going around this like that, so it gives like the illusion that there's a cloud there, even though we all know there's really not. But I don't know. I don't even know if I'm doing that right either, but I thought it looked all right. I'm holding this down because if I ran it through the die cutter, it would cut this out, and I don't want a cloud cut out of it. I just want there to be like a cloud there. And then I think I might even use one of these, because he's flying high up in the sky. He's got grand dreams, this piggy. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna call that good. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, I think it does cut out like just the stencil of the cloud. I could put that down and then go around it, and then it would be lighter on the inside, but oh well, I did it the way I did it, and that's fine. This one kind of is annoying me, so I'm gonna try to just blur it in there a little bit more. Blending, blending, blending. Alright, so once you have it the way you like it, I'm going to put this over here. And okay, I was like, wait a second, what did I just do? I was thinking I had to have it this way with the, but I'm going to do it this way with the piggy. Okay, so I want the pig to be like here. I made this awfully close to that color, didn't I? Oh, no. I don't like that at all. I wonder what I can do. Can I go in with some sparkle and change this? Maybe to more of a purple color? Ooh, that's maybe what I do. Let me go. Let me get my markers again. And what if I just go in there with purple? Because I did not even think about this being so close to the sky color. Actually, that might even be fine. Yeah, Yeah, that's enough different. And I think that because of all the highlighting that I did below, I mean, it still looks a little highlighted. Maybe not as good as it was, but you know, that's okay. It's just a balloon. And I'm thinking I might put some glossy accents on it and make it look shiny after I get it all done. Okay, so there's that. Let me put this away for now, and I'm going to get out my Big Shot. Because you had to be a big shot, did you? And I'm going to set this on here along with this guy. And I don't think I need him to be, well, I don't know how to stop it early. Actually, I think I do know how to stop it early. Let me turn it this way. And I'm going to put it here, and then I'm just going to put this plate on, but I'm going to stop it early. I'm going to stop it about here, I think. So let me straighten these things up. To the best of my eyeballing ability. Ooh, that whole thing is just way crooked. All right. And so it starts here, and then it stops right there. So it doesn't go any further than where that plate was. So I have this on my card. And then I'm kind of thinking that this little one will be big enough to lift this little piggy up. So I'm going to put him here. Actually, that's not right. That's not right. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I'm going to put him here. So now there's a little notch in there so that you can pull the little guy. And I still need to cut out this guy, and I need 2 of these. And this guy, and this guy. Okay, so let's see. From this scrap piece of paper, I am going to go ahead and cut out this guy and this guy, and one of this guy. And it's okay if I don't get all of him. And then I don't need any more of these guys, but I do need one more of this guy, I think. And I need at least one more of this guy. Move that over there just in case I need a third one of that guy. Because I want to make him thicker so that he won't bend and fold when I'm doing my push and pull for the slider, for the pull tab. Okay, put that back. I think I'll try double the thickness to see how that works. Hopefully that's thick enough, but I'm going to go ahead and cut another one out just in case, because why not? I'm here and I have the extra material. So I think that's everything that we need. I think. I am going to go ahead and, so this pops open so that you can hook that little tab to it, and it doesn't always seem to break on those sides, so I'm just helping it. So this opens like this and goes on either side of this. So you put those two little tabs into the lines, the guidelines of the little trail you made. This really isn't that hard. I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time doing it this time. So they wrap around, get over there, this little tab like that, and then you add this little guy to that, and this is what your little pulley thing gets stuck to. So I am going to, since that was such a struggle to get that on there, I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on there. Even though I said I wanted to make this bigger, I still am. Or not bigger, but sturdier, thicker. I'm still going to. I'll show you how. And I'm just going to put this right down on top. And I just need to make sure that it will slide. And it won't. So that means I must have gotten glue on it somewhere. And it just slides like it's supposed to, so that's good. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it a little higher for the balloon. So let me pull these tabs up. I'm going to put this one on top of the other one. And put that on that side of that. And this one on that side, but it's not coming on the other side. Where are you? Little stabby tabby. There you are. So I'll put that where I want the balloon, which if I have him here, I want the balloon a little higher. So you can see how these tabs are a little bit difficult to work with. I mean, it's kind of strange. I almost wish it was a little bit different, but I don't know. It works. It's just a little awkward. And I'm just going to put this one down on top of that. So if you guys know a better trick than I have figured out, please by all means tell me. Okay, so I'm sliding that around. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these two together, because you don't need it to be this long anyway, so it's fine that it is going off the page. And I don't want to attach it to the actual paper, obviously, otherwise it would defeat the purpose and it wouldn't pull. So I'm just trying to get some glue on the actual tab. And I want them to be far enough away in the front so that I have a good distance between the balloon and the pig. And then once I feel like I have that where I want it, I'm just attaching those two together. That will make it a little thicker too. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this one again, just to make it as thick as I can make it without hurting it in any way. So I don't want to glue it down to anything, of course, or any of that. So, or glue it down to the card. I want to glue it down to itself. So I am just, again, just making this thicker. So I'm just putting it right on top. And hopefully that will help prevent, there we go. Because I want those to move together. Just like that. So I'm just practicing with it just a little minute so it'll get kind of used to what I want it to do. I'm going to push it all the way down to the bottom, and then I'm going to snip this off because I don't need that anymore. And I'm going to put my little arrow right there. And I think I'm going to maybe color this blue as well. Let's see here. And I'm going to put this guy on top of that. Push him down. Just trying to get it on there so that it definitely leads to, oh, okay, I pull this. All right, so now that I have that where I think I want it, I am going to take my glue and put him so that the string is right there in the middle. And I'm going to bring the string up to there. And I'm just going to put that on here to cover up. Oh, that's so cute. And then I need the string to carry up, and hopefully it won't go above his little... Oh, I shouldn't have done it quite like that, but I'm playing with fire here. No, it worked out perfectly. Yay! I was afraid that the line was going to come above the balloon, but now it just looks like it's... Oh, well, it could go up a little higher. So let me see, where does... Oh, the line stops right there, so I need to stop it right there. What could I do? Now I'm messing with it and it's looking even worse. Isn't that cute? And that thickness makes this so much better. So definitely make that thicker for yourself. You will be glad that you did. Okay, so now that I have that, I guess, and maybe if I were to do this cardigan, maybe I would do it a little higher so that it wouldn't be so low that he's floating. I probably should have made it so that the balloon ended here instead of there, but that's okay. I mean, I'm just learning and trying to teach you what I know as I go. And the other thing, I would have done it this way, which is the way I intended it to be, but now it looks like the clouds might be a little upside down, but oh, and the string goes down below his belly. Not if I stop it. Okay, so yeah, it's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. It's still really cute. I'll leave it like this. Oh no, I won't. I'll leave it like this, I think. And then let me see what kind of a sentiment I want. Smoochies. It always seems impossible until it's done. That's not a bad one. Oink oink, this little piggy sending you a little hog. Pig birthday wishes. That means I love you. Love you pig time. It always seems impossible until it's done sounds cute because, you know, he's a flying pig. Or I have these other ones. I love the friendship isn't a big thing, it's a million little things. I want to do that one for my friend Lisa, who I watch A Million Little Things with. I think I'm going to go ahead and do It Always Seems Impossible Until It's Done. And maybe I'll put that right across here. Or I could put it right across here. Kind of like it at the top. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. I kind of like it at the top just because there's a lot of space there, so I'm going to go for that. And I think I will use my Versamark and I will emboss it. So I'm just going to get it good and inked. And then I'm going to just go down as straight as I think I can. It always seems impossible. Now the impossible looks kind of goofy, but we'll see how it turns out. I have an idea if it doesn't turn out. This lid didn't get closed very well, and now I'm paying for it. So be sure you close your lids to your embossing powder well. Is that so fuzzy wuzzy? So yeah, I have like embossing powder all over this thing. So let me just clean this up as we're sitting here. You know, I have all the time in the world. All right. close that correctly. And I'm going to take my microfiber cloth and just wipe up this area because that helps so much getting all of that little pieces up. And I'm going to go ahead and clean off my stamp and put that back, even though I don't know if I'm quite done with it. I won't know until I've seen if I can read this. But at least I know my stamp is up. So then I'm going to turn on my heat gun, and I want this to run for a little minute before I use it on here. And you can see how the Impossible looks a little different. So we'll see what I can do here. Now watch this. This is one of the things that I love about stamping, and this is what brought me to stamping when I first started, was this embossing ink, or embossing powder. It's so cool. So you can see it actually change colors and melt and get shiny. Isn't that the coolest? I hope that you guys could see that okay on the camera. And I don't know, I think you might be able to read it. I'm gonna look at it here. It always seems impossible until it's done. Yeah, I think you can read that. So it actually worked out okay. So now I need to find a card base for this because I don't like that pink one, I don't think. Maybe I do. Well, it's silver and this is gold, so yeah. Not quite what I was looking for. Where in the world did I put those things? Well, I have this one too. So let me see if there's one in here that I can use. There's this one. It might be kind of cute on the blue background. Yeah, that is cute. Now, I wouldn't always recommend using, and I don't know, it's hard to use, even as a base, it's hard to use them because they're so cute. Like, I want to send that just like that. And if I'm doing it for this, then I'm kind of ruining the card. Oh, maybe I could use this one, though. No, I don't like the flowers around it. And I don't like that color. Alright, that's not going to work. How about I just get a piece of blue cardstock. And I want it to be the heavy cardstock. And then I'm also going to get another piece of the Whisper White cardstock. All right, and I'm going to cut my base. I want to score it at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to take my Whisper White and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to cut it at 4. And then I'm going to cut it again at 5 1/4. Because I want this inside piece to be 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to fold this card and burnish the edge. I'm going to put this on top of here like that, and then I will put this on the inside like that. So I'm just going to take my ATG and run my double-sided tape along the inside. And then I'm going to take some foam tape. I think this is easier to work with, and it makes sure that this doesn't touch anything. And I'm just going to try to peel off a good amount to go along the edge here. So I'm just going to lay this here. I'm going to put a piece right here on the edge of the card, and then I'm going to do another piece similarly. Close to the slider mechanism. Same over here. All right, so then once you have that the way you want it, you can peel off these. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Just making sure I have all of them, so I just count them just because I'm weird. And then I'm just going to put this right down on the front. So this gives room for that pull mechanism to work. And you can take it. It always seems impossible until it's done. And I have a little secret. I didn't even put the other one yet on a card base. It's just the, oh, now I lifted that up on accident. I'm gonna have to fix that. We'll glue that baby down. I keep messing that up. That's interesting. I wonder if maybe I should leave it poking out a little bit. See, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. So if any of you guys have any tips for me, I'd be glad to hear them. But this helps a lot, and having that tape on the inside there makes it not move. So, because, look at this. I didn't put the tape close enough to the mechanism on this one, because watch. And it's kind of, when you're pushing in and out, it kind of wants to, you know, move. Although it's doing really well right now. So I don't know. I think that if you play with it enough, it actually does help it. This one is harder to pick up because it's so thick. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess. One side it's great that it's thick because it makes it so that this doesn't bend, which it does work well. But then it also makes it harder to pick up. I'm just trying to play with it. I keep picking up all the different layers here. You know what I could do? Now that I think about it a little minute, let me cut off this back layer so that it's not so thick right there at the pulley thing. So that when you're grabbing it, you're not grabbing 8,000 layers. I don't know what the best way is. If you guys have a way that works for you, let me know, because I'd love to hear it. But that seems to be working okay, and I think it's a really cute card. So that is my tutorial. I don't know how long this took, but it doesn't seem like it took for too long, especially doing it and teaching it, so, and being new at it myself. So all the things, and I actually like how this impossible looks, because it looks like it's bolded, but I think you can still read it. It always seems impossible until it's done. And he's flying in the air, and then I can write my little sentiment on the inside. And this one I still need to put on a card base. But it will go on one. And I'll always be right by your side, it says. And he's cute. And I was going to put some glossy accents on this, and I think I still will. Somebody's car alarm is going off. So this is glossy accents. I'm just going to, whoops, take off this part. I put it in one of these fine liner containers just to make it so that it doesn't clog up, but it still kind of does sometimes. But it's way better than it would be if it wasn't in one of these, for sure. I say that and then I can't even use the darn thing. Oh goodness, that's somebody in a U-Haul driving like a crazy man or woman. Okay, well, I'm going to just go ahead and call this card finished, because I can play with this without you guys having to worry with it, unless I get it right now. But all I'm going to do is take this and put glossy accents on it, hopefully. I don't know why that's clogging up. It shouldn't do that. Oh, there, now it's coming out. And then I will let this dry, and I'll hopefully remember to do another picture of it. But I like the glossy accents on the balloons. I think it makes it look even more realistic, because it looks like it's like a rubber or latex or whatever it is. So cute. Yay! Okay, thanks guys. I'm done now. Bye-bye.